Why doesn't LEGO make tanks? Does the LEGO Group really have a long-standing policy to keep the military out of their playsets? Why are there more LEGO vehicles for the Nazis than any other military? The first LEGO castle in 1978 was yellow because the company's second-generation owner wasn't keen on creating gray bricks, fearing children might make military tanks or violent creations. In recent years, following the sudden cancellation of a Boeing tilt-rotor aircraft playset, the LEGO Group renewed their claim to not produce real military vehicles. Despite the company's vocal moral virtue signaling, the LEGO Group has a long history of selling realistic military vehicles and other real-world violent implements.
The LEGO Group's first elements representing real-world firearms and cannon artillery appeared as early as 1989 in a range of pirate-themed playsets.
One of the LEGO Group's most problematic themes allowed for the introduction of a 6-shooter revolver accessory, as well as a rifle.
10 years later, Batman's assorted Rogues Gallery would serve as the first licensed justification for accessorizing with realistic weaponry, now including an automatic pistol and Tommy gun.
In the LEGO Group's collectible minifigures Series 5, buyers of all ages had a chance at acquiring a gangster armed with revolver and new empty violin case.
In 2013, only under the license of Walt Disney's The Lone Ranger, an even more realistic 6-shooter accessory was introduced by the LEGO Group. And this has no business being this good. I mean, this is probably one of the most realistic weapons LEGO has ever created.
The Lone Ranger also seemingly justified a Civil War Union military battle pack of sorts, including even more realistic soldiers than those seen in Fort Legorado.
The LEGO Group has not put out any brick-built threaded tanks, but they have done many other realistic military vehicles, beginning in 2001 with the British World War I aircraft, the Sopwith Camel.
The following year, they released a model of the Red Baron, famed German World War I triplane, featuring stickers with iron crosses, a symbol used by the Nazi German military.
In 2008, a range of licensed Indiana Jones-themed playsets, including German World War II vehicles and aircraft, as realistic as those featured in the film franchise. One of them even featured an Iron Cross sticker. Kinda weird, but okay, LEGO.
A Soviet amphibious military vehicle from the 1950s was realistically depicted in another Indiana Jones set.
Then, in 2012, the Sopwith Camel returned.
A not-so-realistic depiction of a World War I-era aircraft appeared in a playset based on 2017's Wonder Woman.
The LEGO Group produced and advertised a rescue-equipped Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey model, but pulled the set from release in 2020 because it was a real military vehicle. Alright, that's it.
Even after renewing this stance, the LEGO Group has released another depiction of a realistic military vehicle. A real Swiss Air Force plane seen in Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade, decorated to resemble a Nazi aircraft. It's hard to say if LEGO is even still opposed to brick-built tanks, or if the company simply awaits an opportune licensed media tie-in to justify a Nazi Panzer tank playset. The LEGO Group clearly has no real policy against selling simulations of violence and buildable realistic military vehicles.